Hope everybody enjoyed last week's episodes. They're probably our all-time best.
Yep. They were at least concise.
Mm-hmm. We'll call it our dark album.
What did you do last week? You were in
I was in
Michigan?
the office.
Yeah.
So I was in the office Tuesday through whatever, like Friday, and then you were gone doing graduation and
Yeah.
traveling things, and it just
Yeah. No, last week was good timing for me because I came back from that exhausted.
yeah.
As I would, I guess. I don't
Well, now we're back, and a lot of things did not have in Microsoft. So Microsoft keeps putting out
know.
these videos. They've done right. They did the security one like Windows in 2030, and then Pavin did one
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like a week later or whatever. They keep talking about vaguely the same things.
Yeah.
This feels. I'm not saying they're doing this, but
Okay.
I'm saying they're doing this. This
Okay.
feels very Xbox like, where they came out right like before they did multi-platform strategy and all this stuff. They came out
Mm-hmm.
with like all Phil Spencer went on like a podcast tour and he's like, yeah, we're looking at bringing things to more places and whatever else. And then like 6 months later, it was announced.
Yeah, but what is it like? The thing that's most striking to me is so these two people. One, Dave Weston, is in charge of like OS security at Microsoft. So
Mm-hmm.
he's not on the Windows team, but it's like security across like Azure, Windows, whatever server, I guess. But he has come up a lot lately because of various security initiatives occurring at Microsoft, right? So the Rust stuff in the kernel and the Surface drivers, the Windows resiliency initiative stuff from last year's Ignite, and then again this year. Okay, so he's talking about natural interfaces and blah blah blah, and people are freaking out, and it's like, guys, first of all, this person's not in charge of product strategy. Like, he's not a UI guy. Like, don't worry about this. But then, Pavan Davalori is in charge of Windows. So basically, like you said exactly the same thing. But the kind of knee jerk reaction to like what is kind of a fairly obvious, set of ideas is kind of weird to me. It's like, oh, you'll take my keyboard out of my dead hands,
Mm-hmm.
keyboard, mouse, whatever. It's like, guys, no one is telling you this stuff's going away. Like the the versatility of the PC has been that it has adapted over time to these things. We have multi-touch, we have smart pens, we have folding form factors and convertibles and blah blah blah, whatever. And all this stuff works with keyboard and mouse. Like, it's not going away. But this notion that like UIs are going to change because of AI is, absolutely going to happen. I mean, I write about this a lot now, but the browser is going to change dramatically. Like, we're not too far away from some kid's going to be like, why do we call this thing a browser?
Mm-hmm.
We browse with it. And it's like, yeah, we used to, you know, it's going to be more about commanding and controlling these things behind the scenes, whatever. So, yeah, I mean, right now we have these traditional form factors. I think the reason Windows still exists today is because we still need them for bigger screens, productivity work, whatever you want to call it. I don't think that ever goes away. Like, I mean, more and more of it will be automated by AI, perhaps, but I don't know. Like, I don't do this a lot myself, but I see my wife doing this. It's weird because this is something I would have been doing like 10 years ago. But you have like a regular laptop. It's mostly keyboard and trackpad, whatever. But you also can put your finger up on the screen and scroll through the screen you're looking at, right? So she does this all the time. So now Microsoft calls this like multimodal, right? Which is a little confusing because they use that term for AI as well. But it's the idea is that you have all these different ways to interact with it, and you can mix and match, and fine, like, it's fine. So I would imagine in the future we're going to be talking to the thing, or it's going to be talking to us. It's going to be aware more of what's going on in the world. It's going to be aware of what's going on inside the internet or whatever. I don't know, but I why are we so nervous about this? You know, like, what's the fear? I don't want the keyboard to go away. Like, it don't. Well,
I don't know. They
don't
just
worry
better
about
call it Cortana Strikes Back,
it.
right?
It's just, yep. Poor Cortana.
Revenge of the Clippy. I mean, this is like realistically their third shot at. I'm not saying voice and whatever these natural language things are going to work out this time. Although I think we feel like this has probably been the best implementation at this point.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
mean, no, it definitely has.
Yeah.
And it's also a bunch of things coming together at the same time, like the ability to get text out of images really easily, and
Hmm.
the interaction stuff has become more sophisticated.
I just want to
But
know when when are we getting a thing? Like, is it Windows 2026? Is it Windows 12? Is it Windows
Yeah.
whenever? Because Microsoft just has that rich history of either being too early, which I think
Mhm.
we've already gotten past that with Cortana and Clippy. And then there's the downside, which is I hope that they're scared of being too late.
Yep. I look. I don't really think there are radical changes in the short term for way computers look and work. I mean,
No.
we get slightly better microphones or something. I mean, like, what's the, whatever. But I don't know. It's probably Windows 12. It's probably going to be in the next year or so, I guess. But I've been saying that for a couple of years. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. When do like simple things happen? Like, one of the things that's like, it was on Twitter over the weekend or whatever, is like Microsoft's going to finally fix the white dialog boxes in File Explorer when you're in dark mode. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, fit and finish, people complain about control panels still being around for some reason, and we have a settings app, like stuff like that. It's like, okay, whatever, but like these are like little details. I mean, fundamentally, I don't know. Like, the big thing that's happening is the programmability of in Windows, it's like app actions. In iOS land, it's intents.
Mm-hmm.
This in the cloud, the MCP and whatever else. Like, this stuff has to all kind of happen. So short term, you have stuff like Comet where you can, like, actually, well, the cursor doesn't move, but you can see like text boxes get selected, text
Yep.
gets inputted, stuff happens. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool. But you know, that should be happening on the back end, right? You don't have to see it doing it. Like, I just give me I did the Google Maps thing. It's like, just give me the walk, just give it to me. Don't show you doing it, making a mistake, fixing the mistake. You sit there, like, I could have, in the time it took this thing to do that, I could have just done it. Like, I, that has to happen. So at that point, all we can do is speculate. So right now, it kind of, you look at what web browsers are doing and you're like, okay. By the way, speaking of which, so one thing I've been writing about, haven't published yet, is like Google Chrome, right? Have you looked at this thing recently?
Mm-mm.
There's like a little Gemini button up in the title bar now.
Do I have Chrome on
And
here?
if you're familiar with Microsoft Edge in Copilot mode, it's basically that you click on this thing and a little drop down comes, and it's like a little chat window, and you can interact with the site you're looking at, right? But the semi genius thing they did, and it's a button, right? Who cares? But it, by default, if you enable it, will run in the background. So you can do a keyboard shortcut anywhere in Windows and bring that little thing up, just like you can with Copilot. And I don't know what they call, like in the Copilot app in Windows 11, it's probably called something like Quick Assist or something, or it's got some name where it comes up in like a minimal
Mm-hmm.
thing when you do like Alt Space by default. And it's like that. So Gemini is like a system tray thing. It runs in the background. So Chrome is closed, but it's still there. And I'm still working through it, but I believe it will interact with whatever's on your screen now too, right? Just like Copilot Vision or whatever that's called. And yeah, so kind of a subtle UI. Like, if you're familiar with, like everyone is, like, you're, one of the 3 trillion people or whatever it is that uses Chrome, like, you open Chrome, it looks like Chrome, it's Chrome, it works the same, nothing really changed. But there's this button that has like a keyboard shortcut too, if you want it. And it's like Gemini now is just kind of in the
Mm-hmm.
browser, and apparently not just in the browser, right? This is something I'm still working through, but I mean, so changes are happening. I think they're going to be subtle at first. You can't do something radical. People hate it, like Arc, it's too much. Even though there was like 3 power users over in the corner, like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this my entire life. The rest of us are like, what the hell is this thing? It's just too much.
I did have a fun interaction with Gemini. Was that yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
So I've entered the Walter White phase of my lawn, whatever journey.
I'm going to need some clarification on that one, but yeah,
So
go
rather
ahead.
than buying like off the shelf product to spray weeds and whatever else, I'm just buying the like herbicide directly and mixing my own batches.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
But
That is amazing.
minus the fact that of the hundreds I've already spent over the 30-year horizon of these bottles, I should save money.
Okay.
But there's a particular reason. There's one product's called Tenacity, which does not exist in anything else, and somebody can look it up if they really want to understand why I bought it. Doesn't matter. Anyways, so you have to mix this stuff at a ratio, and they give you a gallon ratio.
Mm-hmm.
So I typed into Google. I said, I have a 32-ounce bottle. What is my ratio? And
Ah.
it told me that 32 ounces was 2 gallons, and then gave me a ratio off of 2 gallons, which would have absolutely fried my entire lawn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, huh? You're gonna have like some neighbor's gonna walk out in the morning with a cup of coffee, just kind of scanning the world, and he's gonna be like, "Is Brad's lawn blue?"
So funny enough, it might be, um,
You know what I
because
mean?
one of the products that I have is called Laser Blue, and
Ah.
what it's designed to do is to help you know where you've sprayed.
Oh. So it actually leaves like a little, and then it washes away or whatever.
Yeah, it lasts for like 12 hours or 24 hours or whatever, but it's that way
But
you
you can
know
see
you've
it.
sprayed something and you don't overspray or whatever.
That sounds totally natural and like something that's not going to kill the environment or
No, no,
anything.
no.
So I wouldn't worry about it.
Look,
Um,
I'm definitely getting cancer from all this stuff. Like that's a
yes, that too.
even though I try to like keep it off me and I rinse off after every time and whatever.
Yeah, you
But the
wear like
problem
a
is
hazmat suit.
both my neighbors, they're not very nice people. They cut their grass, but all they do is cut their grass. And so it's like
Right.
you got, I feel like Napoleon when I went into Russia
Okay.
and getting and then they opened up like the southern flank or something because both sides have every weed that grows in this area.
And they're just coming toward your lawn.
Yes, and so like I am on the front lines on both edges every day. Well, not every day,
Yeah.
but frequently, like
Right. So
spraying the things that are creeping. Because like you come over and it's like they've got nutsedge, they've got creeping
you're
Charlie,
talking
they've
about,
got clover, and then you get to my yard and it's fescue, and then
yep.
you get to the next one and it's creeping. It's all this stuff, and
I
so
feel like this is something you could have worked on with your neighbors. Like you're gonna, like the same scenario. The guy walks out in the morning with a cup of coffee, and what he sees is like your blue lawn, and then the first 10 or 12 feet of the neighbor on either side is also blue because you're like, fuck. It's good. Like you're
that's
like,
exactly what I've done.
I'm not. Yeah,
You just
okay.
go
You're like, I'm not dealing with this.
and just
This fight is occurring on your lawn. We are
yep,
not introducing this.
accidentally spray that over there. Yeah.
It's like, sorry, I just yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice gradient of weeds that lead up to the edge that where the shared
Exactly.
perimeter is.
Yes. Yes. It's
Anyways, that's my
a
life.
bigger effect. Yeah. Well, you gotta have
So I've also got a
something.
bag of seed down here because I killed some bent grass in my backyard, and it's actually looking like the weather's going to cool down here.
It already
Which,
has here. Yeah. Nicely. It's been hot since we've been back. Like hot, hot, hot.
yeah, like it. I went outside today; it was actually pretty nice. It's going to get warm here again today, but like,
I think it only goes up to 73 here today. It's like a fall
oh,
day.
that's way cooler here than
Yeah, it's
here.
nice.
But
Well,
like next week,
you'll get there, man.
yeah, Monday the high is 78, and then like the next like 10 days or so in like the low 80s, which I might plant grass seed because it's. I was gonna do a Labor Day, but if we're talking like here's the other problem with my life throughout. We haven't talked enough about grass seed lately,
Mm.
so I'm gonna experiment here with what's called pre-germinating my grass seed. Yep,
Is that like
it's not what I
signing
did
up
in
for a
college,
pre-order?
but it was
Okay.
so basically you take your grass seed,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got tall fescue. So you take the germination time, which is like 7 to 10 days,
Mm-hmm.
and you do roughly half, a little bit less than half. So you put all your seed in a paint strainer, and then you dunk it in a bucket of water for 24 hours. Then you take it out, and you put it in another bucket and kind of let it dry out, and then just keep it wet.
Yep.
And so you do this for
So
roughly
that actually starts it.
yeah, for like
germinating,
4 to
I
5 days. So what it's supposed to do if you do it right, because like when you just chuck the stuff on your lawn, then you got to water it in. So it's supposed to reduce the amount of water that you use, and it's supposed to increase the likelihood that a seed will actually germinate because you're 100% capacity on water. You know it's wet, you know it's there, and then you put it down. So it should reduce the amount of time for grass to come up and reduce the amount of water you use.
With the understanding that I wasted approximately 40 hours this last week on a programming topic that is so pointless that the universe would stop spinning if anyone
Mm-hmm.
paid attention to it. You might be spending too much time on this.
Maybe. But see, the key here is I'm trying to avoid my family. So this is why you have to get obsessive about this.
I understand.
So it's like, hey, we could hang out in the house. It's like, yeah, I'll go spray weeds.
So,
Well, I guess we can come back.
well, I just
Fake
you
ending.
so you were. This is how this is not unique to today, but it did happen today. I went to bed a little late last night.
Mhm.
I was watching this interview. It was amazing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I went to bed pretty late. I was woken this morning by the sound of my wife's voice, who said, in the dark, "It's almost 7." I'm like, so what? She goes, don't you have a call with Brad today? Like, yeah, at 9. And I'm going to imitate this as closely as I can. She goes, tee hee hee, sorry.
Well, my
Yeah.
kids start school tomorrow, so
Yeah.
that's good. So this will be the real ending, unlike that other ending that I pulled out of. Also, like college. Probably should filter some of that. Oh, it's been too long.